Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Friday's video. Woohoo! I hope you guys are doing good. I'm just going to share you a little bit what's growing here on the homestead and share with you what is all happening here. Spring has finally arrived. It's hard to believe, I know, but it seems like we've been getting a lot of rain. Rain, rain, rain. I tell you, I feel like I live in Ireland, but I want to share you some updates on some things because everybody had questions. So here are some of my herb boxes. As you see, I have the chives growing. The sage is looking beautiful. Take a look. This is my favorite time of the year. And I have some of my thyme growing. Everybody wants to know. Yes, there's my celery that we grew, oh my goodness, way back in March. Garden. Isn't it a beautiful morning, everybody? Listen to the birds singing. Alright, so here we have some of my perennials. I have no idea what this is growing, but I'm excited because I grew it from seed. I think it's baby's breath, but I have no clue. Alright, so everybody wants to know, well, what's in the greenhouse right now? So let me open it up and show you. I cannot wait to tell you about this greenhouse. So I did mention about the greenhouse on my video the other day, and you won't believe what happened. So many people are looking into this greenhouse that in a matter of 24 hours, they upped the price $20. This is what happens whenever I do a video. People are so excited about it, and they buy it, and then it comes out of stock. It's crazy. The books. Especially the books. When I have a book and I post it, that quick it all goes out of stock. Alright, so we got, these are sunflowers, perennials, perennials. So much is growing, everybody. Yippee! So I'm standing in the greenhouse now, trying to show you everything because it's absolutely so hard to get it all in the video frame. But there you go. Alright, so let me show you this close up. This is the thyme. This is when we went to the grocery store. This is what my thyme looks like. Alright, and so here's some rosemary. Now this is store-bought rosemary. So I bought this at the store. But this is what we grew from the thyme from the grocery store. This is the tarragon. We also grew this from the grocery store. This is my rosemary from the grocery store. Okay, so this is what it looks like by now. So that is what the rosemary looks like. But look at the thyme. Go to your grocery store, get some of the herbs, and just stick them in the ground and root them. Amazing. So I want to show you where the tea is, because the tea I actually planted outside. Alright. Alright, so the tea was the easiest thing to grow. And let me show you the tea. This is the tea. This is what we got from the grocery store. And look at all the new growth that's coming out of it. So that is the tea. Everything grew really well. The rosemary was a little tricky this year, but I did get some plants out of that. And that's what it looks like. So everything is growing perfectly. Very happy about everything and how it turned out. So I'm setting up a laundry station out here. Oh, I like to have a covered porch, but I don't know if I'll ever get one. Now, out here is where I had my laundry station, but it just was too far away. But I'm going to be doing something neat with that little building. So there you go, everybody. Kind of just taking you around, and I'll call it a farm tour today. Okay, so everybody, here is the garlic bed. Take a look at that. And then I have carrots, and I have spinach growing. Here's my herbs. I love my herbs. So I have a lot of my herbs growing. So that's what the herbs look like. People want to know what all my herbs are. So I have sage, I have comfrey, I have chamomile, I have oregano, lots of different kinds of oregano. St. John's wort, I have St. John's wort. All kinds of teas, yarrow, all those things. And so we're going to have extensive videos on all of my herbs, and I'm going to teach you how to make salves and how to make lotions, how to make tinctures. So that's a big part of my life and my garden. All right, everybody. So here we are in the garden. Such a beautiful day, and they're calling for rain for the next couple days. So this is the perfect day to get working in your garden. I always like to plant my garden right before I know it's going to rain, because that way you got your seeds in the ground and you have some good moisture right afterwards. This is something that has changed the way I work in the garden, and it is a seeder. What you do is you put the seeds in it, and it automatically displaces the seeds exactly where they need to go. It was under $100, and I got it 2 years ago, and I just love it and use it. It comes with different dials on it. This one is peas, and there's ones for carrots and spinach, everything you need. And you put in the dial what you're planting. And so we need to find, we're going to go with the carrots first. Lettuce and carrots are both the same, so that's what we'll be planting first. I also want to show you something else that I do. So you remember what you planted, where you planted it. What I do is I take my seed packets after I've planted my rows, put the seed packets in one of these jars, and put it to mark my row. Your seed packet never gets wet that way, and you can just wash your jar and use it again next year. This is a really great trick if you want to keep an idea of what you planted and where you planted it, but you always know those seed packs get so wet and then they disintegrate. So you see me at the outskirts of my herbal patch, and today we're going to plant some herbs. Now some herbs that you plant, you don't have to plant indoors, like the sage. You can plant that directly into your soil. Now we may get a little bit of frost yet, but by the time these germinate, it'll be frost free. You can plant your seeds with there's frost. The problem is when they germinate and they get above the ground and there's frost, it can kill them. But as long as your seeds are under the ground into the first frost, you're all right. So that's why spinach is okay to plant now, because spinach can take up to 3 weeks to germinate. So here's the sage. One thing nice about herbs are you really don't have to space them that far apart. You can just pretty much dump the seeds and make sure you have them covered good. But another thing you want to do is always make sure you label where you have your seeds planted. Because in labeling, that way you know that it's not weeds growing, but it's actually going to be an herb. Now you don't want to put too heavy soil on, you just want to sprinkle it lightly with the soil. And there you go. That's how easy it is. The key is, when you plant your herbs, you want to have sunshine, because a lot of plants don't grow very well in the shade. Now there are some exceptions to that. Spinach, lettuce. Spinach loves the shade, lettuce loves the shade, a lot of your fall crops love the shade. Green beans you can have in part shade, But things like tomatoes and peppers and most of your herbs, you want to have that in full sun. But there are some things that you can plant in the shade as well. For instance, Johnny Jump Ups. Johnny Jump Ups love the shade. You don't have to have full sun. In fact, if you plant Johnny Jump Ups in the full sun, a lot of times they won't last very long. Celery doesn't have to be in the full sun either. You can have that in the part shade. So just look on the internet. Get yourself a really good gardening book, and they can tell you all of these things. A lot of times it's trial and error. Some things that I may plant, you may not be able to plant at all. And there's some things that you plant that I can't plant. For years I've tried to plant loofah sponges. I tried them countless times and I just can't grow the sponges. I'll get beautiful vines, but I never get any sponges to make. So I figured that's a failure. Here in eastern Pennsylvania, what I can grow, maybe some people can't grow as well. Okra. I have a really hard time growing okra. It never seems to work for me. But then we have things that we can plant that a lot of people in the south can't because of the hot sun. All depends on your growing zone. Alright, I'm going to finish planting some of these herbs, and I'll tilt my camera and show you the ground level of what my herbs look like. Alright, so way over there is my comfrey. So way over there is my comfrey. I have all kinds of menthol tea, lots of tea. There's my lamb's ear, which I love. Here is my oregano, rhubarb, and we go way over there. Oh, and there's my home. Yep, I pressure washed the whole house, and it looks amazing. I think it's going to probably look a little crooked here on video, but no, my house is not sitting crooked. Flowers along with all of your vegetables. So today we are going to plant some Johnny Jump Ups out in the garden. Now I do have Johnny Jump Ups growing inside the house as well. So we're going to plant a whole little patch of Johnny Jump Ups. They'll come up year after year after year, and they are beautiful. Johnny Jump Ups are an edible flower as well, so you can eat the flower. Imagine that. Be careful when you take flowers that are edible. Make sure you know they are edible, because some are poisonous. But Johnny Jump Ups are edible. And I'm not sure if Teresa's watching, but Teresa, this is my elderberry. It's starting to sprout nice leaves. So that's the elderberry and echinacea in there. And I'm going to have it going way up here. So Teresa, if you're still watching my videos, thank you so much for my elderberry. I love it. So I hope you liked the video. I hope you like to see what I'm growing here on the homestead for the spring year of 2020. Let me know what you're planning right now. If you like videos like these, why don't you do me that favor? You know what you should do. Give me that thumbs up. Share my videos and share my channel. There's a lot of really exciting things that are coming your way in a matter of days. See you guys tomorrow, and a big mwah! Bye everybody.